The Iroquois people have a great understanding of the patterns of human life and social structure. Everything is an extension of the self. The self is realized through interaction with other beings. This is the basic human experience. The first part of this experience is the male-female relationship, since we live in a world of duality, positive, negative, male, female. From this relationship comes the family. From the family comes the community. From the community comes the society. And from the society comes the nation, and so forth. But it all begins with the self. Another aspect of our humanness, which binds us together, which contributes to our interaction, is our biology. Within us exists natural dualities. Both genders possess male as well as female hormones. We are made up of spirit as well as flesh. All of these factors require expression. That is how we attain self-realization, through our manner of expression. This expression allows us to feel. Through feeling, we understand our nature. We live on the earth, a being who possesses the same elements as we do. She, our mother, has shared with us the elements that comprise our physical bodies. The body is the vehicle through which we are able to participate in the human drama upon the earth plane. Therefore, we have to establish our relationship with her. Earth, Terra, Gaia, is feminine energy, the goddess. She also possesses within her being the God force. The God force is neither male nor female. It is the state of isness. It is the source. It is within all elements that comprise life everywhere throughout the entire universe. We are, in essence, her children. We also possess this God force. The same elements that comprise our bodies are also within every physical life form upon the earth. The elements are simply arranged in different balances, so to speak, causing different life forms to manifest upon this plane. It is much like wearing a space suit. Therefore, what is in the tree is, in fact, within us. That which is in the great eagle is also within us. That which is within the rock is within us. And that which is within the great star is also within us. We are truly one with all things. We are expressions of the great God force contained within a physical embodiment for the purpose of unique expression of the God force. Expression is a manifestation of how the God force realizes itself. We are the eyes, ears, mouth, hands, and emotional heart of Creator upon the earth plane. In old Indian wisdom, we are all one. Aho, mitakue oyasin, we are all relations. By understanding this fundamental truth, we are able to come into harmony with what we call our earthly existence, the human drama. We and all upon the earth are very much connected. This understanding can be extended into our relationships with our mates and other human beings. They are what we are, we are what they are. Each of us different particles of the greater expression of one consciousness, human consciousness. Each one of us is entitled to self-expression. This self-expression can be defined in simple terms as personality. No two leaves on the same tree are exactly the same, yet altogether they make up the character of the tree. For the process of creation to occur upon this earth plane, both the female element and the male element are necessary. One cannot really exist without the other in balance. This is universal law. This is because the existence of physical mass, our bodies, occur through the lowering of light until it becomes electrical energy. This is accomplished by slowing down the light, causing it to form into a coagulated particle. At a slower rate of speed, a slower vibration, than when they were pure light and without form. This results in a field of electrical energy. It is only within a field of electrical energy that physical mass can exist. This electrical energy must have a positive and negative charge to exist. That is its nature. As earth beings made up of physical mass, existing in an electrical field of energy, we possess both positive and negative aspects of that energy. Our very existence is the result of the polarity of energy in that field. The very existence of the human body places us in a situation of duality. The God force, the creator, is the source of all life forms, all energies. Therefore, it, air quoting, is neither the positive nor the negative energy. It is both, and the cause of both existing. It is, in essence, both together in equal balance. It exists in the middle. It is 0 point. Albert Einstein began to see this through his theories on the science of relativity. E equals mc squared, which is, for the most part, common knowledge today. This understanding is what has given birth to our current limited realization of quantum physics. Thought creates. Literally, everything that exists is all the result of thought. We are, in essence, the result of Creator's dream of us. We are but a thought in the river of life, a potential experience realizing itself moment by moment. We and all upon the earth are very much connected. Each of us different particles of the greater expression of one consciousness, human consciousness. No two leaves on the tree are exactly the same, yet altogether they make up the character of the tree. Where are you in all of this potentiality? You are where your thoughts come from. You are not the thought, but the one having the thought. Reality is what happens in between, the result of the thought realized. What does this all mean? How does it relate to our relationship to the earth, to the Creator, to our interaction with other human beings? My Native American side would explain it in the following manner. In the beginning, there was Creator. Creator was all things, yet also no thing. In contemplation of all that Creator was and could be, Creator dreamed. In the dream, Creator felt emotion, awareness, and all the universe was born of this realization in an explosion of light particles that filled the void. In the dream, the mother, the earth, the female side of Creator, was also conceived. Together, they dreamed the dream of life, and the 5 worlds were created, each unfolding in accordance with the great plan. The great plan was life unfolding and experiencing itself. The first world was of a spiritual nature, much like the dream state, real but possessing no form, for form had not yet been conceived. It was simply consciousness and energy. All things potentially, yet no thing materially. The second world was in the nature of physical things, the world of minerals, the basic elements of physical life. These became crystals, the rocks, the water, the embodiment of the earth herself. This is what we call physical mass. The dream continued to evolve into the third world, and the plant world came into existence. Trees, lichen, flowers, and the grasses, and so on. Then there came the fourth world, the animal world. There were many expressions in this world also. This is the world that we came into so as to participate in the dream of creation. Creator wondered, how do I make a foot work? How will the eye work, the hand, the mind? Mother dreamed us, and Creator fulfilled her dreams. For whatever is desired is given. And behold, we were born unto this plane of reality. The fifth world is the one we are about to enter. This is the new world. We will learn to balance our spiritual and physical natures. This is described in the prophecies as the age when man's kind learns to walk upright, as one with Creator. In Tibetan, the term Hu means God, H-U. So, we are about to truly become Hu-man, God-man realized, man's kind realized. This is part of what will occur as the fifth world unfolds in an evolutionary process. This is why we call it the awakening, for we, humankind, is awakening from our dream of the previous 4 worlds. As the child realizes its potential, it becomes the adult. In our case, we are becoming the Christed ones, christened ones. As children, we saw life around us as one-sided. We only perceived life as it affected our immediate desire. That desire was most often one of self-gratification. First, we must learn to assert our power. We require affirmation of our own existence or identity. As children, we find it hard to see the interdependence on each member of the family. As children, it is hard to see the levels of relationship, but as we grow in our awareness, we not only see our own position, we also become aware of the necessity of each member of the tribe and their individual role in the larger community. This awareness occurs as we move into the role of those who preceded us. Simply said, we become aware of what it means to be a member of the human family as we learn to become human through experience. Along the way, there have been great civilizations, and some not so great. As some civilizations reached the limitations of the collective thought as they regressed and declined, new civilizations were born to carry on the dream. The moment we achieve perfection, we cause change. Perfection is a completion. Completion is an ending. So, life, which must continue, mutates, and the resulting change allows the river of life to keep flowing. External experience is unlimited and never ending. There have been individuals and even whole groups of people who have transcended this plane together, many more than we presently are aware of. Such was the case with the people who inhabited Easter Island in the Pacific, Machu Picchu in Peru, and the cliff cities at Mesa Verde in Colorado. Many of the physical records of these great civilizations will be discovered within the next decade, and thus they have been. As the earth opens up and flexes her body during the earth changes, she will reveal some of these records. Other records will be revealed as we open our awareness and allow the higher vibratory realities already existing upon this plane to be realized within us. Already great shifting occurs beneath our oceans as the tectonic plates react to gradual shifting of our magnetic poles, and her rebirthing process continues. We will also become very aware, collectively, of the existence of the inner worlds and inhabitants who live within our planet. It is estimated at this time of this writing that mass open contact will be made with our brothers of the inner earth within 2 to 3 years. This was written in 94 and 95. Their existence is known to many, but have been veiled for the most part, since we, as a people, have been closed to the possibility of their existence. Our hearts were not open. We are mostly a fearful lot, and religions have made us closed-minded. We hardly have enough tolerance for our own kind, much less those who might be different than ourselves in their physical form. These inner earth inhabitants have been waiting and watching for eons. These are the ones we will call the Watchers. They are waiting for us as a race to evolve to a point of being capable of interaction on a large scale. The fifth world is already here, in a manner of speaking. We have already called it forth. The lack of balance within the human societies that presently exist upon this plane have reached such a level that we are on a pathway of complete annihilation of all life forms on the planet if we were allowed to continue in our present pattern. As a whole, we are fast losing our abilities to dream, to exercise choice. If we fail to dream and choose, life will come to an abrupt halt. What we have forgotten is our connectedness to all life, to Creator, and to the earth herself. What has been overlooked in the madness of our society is the will of the mother as a sovereign being possessing her own free will. It is a situation where we must totally reconstruct the values by which we live our lives. What we have forgotten, she will, once again, remind us of, as she has in the past. The earth will survive. Be assured, she will renew herself. The continuation of mankind, humankind, however, is a matter of choice. What we have created with our thoughts and actions can be recreated. We possess that kind of power. It is a matter of taking responsibility for our thoughts and actions, and which empowers our walk on the pathway. In order to attain Christhood, we must assume responsibility for all that we are. Within all of us there lies the seed of knowingness, the God force. Therein lies the dream of how this life can be, as we have been, lifetime after lifetime, or we can change. We begin our change within. The exterior world and our experience of it is simply the result of our inner desires. We have fallen victim to the social belief that everything is outside of us. God is out there living on a piece of real estate called heaven. Spirit is something strange existing in another reality. It is amazing that we even have the ability left to live as the animals. Divide and conquer was the cry of the ancient warriors, the Caesars, the Napoleons, the tyrants of old. As we have been divided from our own spiritual heritage, life grows more hopeless with each passing day. That is the result of allowing ourselves to be divided, allowing our own houses to be divided. We are the temples of the living God, yet we exist outside of our own house. We are looking for answers, looking for God everywhere, except where God truly dwells, within. The kingdom of heaven is within. There will be no divine intervention. There has always been much of that in the past, and we did not get the message. All of the great teachers, all of the holy men, were either driven out, demonized, or put to the cross, or burned, or tossed in the ocean. Yeah, definitely persecuted. The confusion we are experiencing is the collapse of our consciousness. We are imploding, if you will. Previous methods of living are outmoded, non-functional. You can find the reasons in the past, but not the answers. It is time to take hold of ourselves as individual expressions of the living God. We have elected, it would seem, not to take the easy path. We rebel even against our own emotional desires. We run from freedom of choice and freedom of the human spirit. We are all too willing to give the authority, responsibility, to choose a direction to someone other than ourselves. Life goes on. It is eternal. Our desires go on. They are eternal by their very nature. We are now going to have to choose whether or not to take full responsibility of our actions and thoughts. We, who have turned away from the Creator within, must now make the gesture to regain our natural birthright. It has always been a matter of choice. All the Hopi prophecies have come to pass, except for the end times. All of the prophecies given to by the peacemaker have come to pass, except for the end times. All of the prophecies of the sacred Mayan calendar have come to pass, except for the end times. All of the prophecies written and carved deep within the temples of Egypt have come to pass, except for the end times. The same truths existed with the Tibetans, the Aztecs, and the Cherokee. We clearly are entering the end times, the times of renewal. They are here. If you do not feel a kindred spirit with the Native American, then read the works of Edgar Cayce. We have arrived at the point where the beginning and the ending meet. All that is left to us is our destiny. So, is everything hopeless? Are we doomed as a species? No, not in the least. Everything is choice. Life and its outcome is born in the moment. This is the plane of action. The earth changes are occurring on schedule. As one who travels through time, I assure you that most of what you have heard will occur, but not exactly in your present context. For you will see, you will change as well, as this will alter the outcome. So if we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. We as human beings have more opportunity now than ever existed in our history to walk the pathway into forever. The times are such that you, in this predicament, are a part of an enormous amount of information which is out there to assist you in learning to become sovereign. We can turn on the television and experience hundreds of methods of spiritual expression by simply switching the channel. Knowledge is pouring into this plane in such an abundance that it is often difficult to decide on which experience to focus. The Hopis say that when the times speed up, life will get confusing. There will be no time for children, no time for parents, no time for just living. That is when you must slow down. What is the hurry, anyway? The boat leaves when the boat leaves. It is the journey that gives richness to our lives. God is simple, simple, simple. If it's complicated, it is not from the divine. Life lived in balance brings joy. Joy is our natural state. So simply put, seek joy in your life, joy in a smile, the smell of a flower floating upon the wind, the falling rain upon the parched earth, the laughter of children playing without any sense of time to clutter their feelings. Allow the God within you to come forth, to live in accordance with the great plan. Do you have the courage to place joy at the top of the list? No matter what criticism you may attract. Remember, statues were never built to honor critics. They were built to honor those who had the courage to be criticized. Oh.